So there are two main treatment paradigms nowadays, and because we have left chemoimmunotherapy behind for the most part, or based on randomized controlled phase 3 trials, there are two chemotherapy paradigms nowadays. One that we call continuous or ongoing therapies, which the pillar of that treatment are covalent BTK inhibitors, especially when we're talking about frontline therapy in CLL. Now, the other paradigm is what we call fixed duration therapy, okay, or time limited therapy. That is a combination between a covalent BTK inhibitor and a BCL2 inhibitor. That right now, the only one available in CLL, hopefully not for long, but the only one available is venetoclax. Now, the fixed duration therapy, as its name says, is a fixed duration for a period of time. Usually depends if we have two ways of doing it nowadays. One of them is through IV infusion of the anti-CD20 monoclonal antibody called obinutuzumab with the addition of the BCL2 inhibitor called venetoclax, and that will be for 12 months. However, there is a rising paradigm shift, if I would say, of oral time fixed therapy. One with a combination, again, with a combination of a second generation BTK inhibitors such as acalabrutinib plus venetoclax, and that will go for 14 months. Now, in the other hand, we have the single ongoing therapies that in the beginning it was with ibrutinib, but nowadays we have, for the most part, transitioned to the second generation acalabrutinib and zanubrutinib due to that they're about the same efficacy, but they're certainly have less side effects associated with them. So the new treatment option that was just recently revealed at ASH 2024, and it was recently published, is the combination between a second generation BTK inhibitor called acalabrutinib and the BCL2 inhibitor called venetoclax. Now that combination goes like this. So we start with acalabrutinib for the first 2 months, and then we add venetoclax for the next 12 months for a total of 14 months. It's quite convenient in the sense that it's an all oral combinatorial therapy that is fixed duration, right? Only 14 months of treatment. And it's quite effective based on a randomized phase 3 trial where they compare this combination against the classic chemoimmunotherapy, like fludarabine, rituximab, and cyclophosphamide, FCR. It improved by a good while all outcomes of patients with CLL in the frontline therapy, especially when you have high risk factors such as an unmutated IGHV and a deletion 11q. Now, you might say, what are the pros? What is the difference between this combination of two oral therapies and the other one that is one in intravenous monoclonal antibody with an oral therapy that is venetoclax that is for 12 months? So the main advantage that I see in this oral combination is that, yes, at the beginning, we need more or less 4 to 6 weeks of intense follow-up coming to the infusion center, at least the first month for 4 times for this infusional therapy called obinutuzumab that, don't get me wrong, is quite effective, but it does have some side effects associated with it. For example, it has a very concerning side effect, especially for our community oncology colleagues, that is almost everybody will get an infusion reaction. And also, we need to be very careful about tumor lysis syndrome. Now, we the and then the patients need to follow very closely again for the first 4 to 6 months with multiple lab appointments and multiple physicians or nurse practitioner appointments. Now, with the other combination, we can start for the first 2 months the BTK inhibitor, in this case acalabrutinib, that actually eases the way of the patient to transition to the addition of the venetoclax, certainly decreases the incidence of this tumor lysis syndrome, and actually has, from my point of view, less side effect. Yes, not only because it doesn't have infusion reactions, of course, and it also decreases what we nowadays call time toxicity. The time that the patient spends here with us instead of being with their family or doing what they love and so forth. And both of them are time limited. Of course, we need to acknowledge that the infusional regimen with obinutuzumab and venetoclax have way more long-term follow-up in terms of effectiveness and in terms of side effects in the short and the long run